Cincinnati Zoo is fortunate to be one of the 3 sites outside of Florida that has manatees. Starting off at the bottom, we have flippers on. Next is the wetsuit, which is used for thermal protection, as well as protection to keep you from being abraded. Of course, being mammals, we breathe air. Without the mask, and it's just like diving in the swimming pool without the goggles on. Your eyes will not adjust with the water right up against them, and you won't be able to see. When we dive in the tank with the manatees, the first thing we usually do is go and remove the large pieces of debris, mainly the lettuce that they haven't eaten, and it'll be clogging some of the intake filters. Then we use the vacuum and go along and pick up their waste. If we have air and time left, we'll go along and scrub some of the algae on the rocks, as well as clean the glass to make the exhibit beautiful for any visitors. I learned to dive, I was on a cruise and went snorkeling and thought it was great and wanted to dive. It is great. It is great. You get up in the morning or anywhere. In fact, the group that I dive with most, when we go out on a dive, the first thing we do before we hit the water is actually say a prayer and thank the Lord for all the things He's done for us and our ability to dive. And then once you get in the water and you're floating along weightlessness, I mean, it's just like the astronauts. When you see them in the spaceship as they're flipping around weightlessness, you can do the same thing underwater. In fact, I believe when they first got here, they weren't quite used to us. So they kind of, as my wife would say, they would mug us. They would come down and push you down in the sand and rub their back on them. They're quite playful. They like to be scratched. They like for you to interact with them. However, we are trained not to interact with them as much as possible, because the goal is one day to release them into the wild, so we don't want them to be too familiar with humans. There's always a new, breathtaking experience whenever you go on a dive. You never know what you're going to see.